Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kate from MTN, and we want to welcome you to another, in fact, the maiden session, the maiden webinar for 2023, aptly themed Rethink Your Digital Marketing Strategy for 2023. Let's cast our mind back to, 2020, when COVID-19 hit not just Nigeria, of course, the entire world, and more or less migrated everyone online. I'm so very sure that we're all thinking, okay, and trying to grapple with our current reality of doing business online. This topic couldn't have come at a better time than now. Seeing that the year has just begun. Is it too late to say Happy New Year? Just begun a bit. Okay, so to get us started on that, we have our experts in-house. But before I go into introducing who he is, I'd like to just highlight the different people we have on the call. So from our partner side, Terragon, we have Osa Awani. We have from the partner side still, we have Grace DK. Then from the MTN side of life, we've got Aderin Sola, we've got SA, we've got Timmy, we've got Mesoma. Munirat, I think, is also on the call. And then from our other partner side, where we have our experts coming in to speak to us on today's topic, we've got Abimbola and then Tunde. Tunde will be the one taking us through today's topic. So before we go into all of that, a few house rules to observe. So we have our Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. If you check the bottom of your screen, you'd see the Q&A section. So all through, while you're listening to the experts speak, drop your comments, drop your questions in the Q&A section. We'll read them at the end of our expert's presentation, just so he can take those questions and answer them. So whatever your thoughts are about what the strategies he will be presenting, the ways he will be helping you develop your own strategy for 2023, please drop them in the Q&A section. And then for our panelists on the call, I'll invite everyone to go mute unless it's your turn to speak. Also, let's have your cameras off, just so we can maximize the bandwidth for this call. So without further ado, let me go into introducing who our expert is. So Olatunde Ogunsanya is a digital strategist with 8 years of experience in marketing and innovation. He holds a professional certification in digital marketing from Digital Marketing Institute, DMI, in Ireland. He is highly skilled in conceptualization and ideation and has a passion for puzzles, sports, video games, and books. You will see why I had to hesitate on that, books. When he comes on, you'll understand. Olatunde has a proven track record of developing innovative strategies to help businesses reach their goals and objectives, and is an invaluable asset to any team. That much you will see on this call. So once again, welcome. And as I will go mute and veil my camera, enjoy. Please don't forget to drop your questions in the Q&A section. Tunde, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kate. Good morning, everyone. Illustrious description. Hope you're having a nice day. Today, I'll be the one quickly taking you guys on how you can start to rethink your digital marketing strategies for 2023. As she pointed out, 2020 was a very impactful year for all of us across the globe. A lot of things changed, things became more digital, and then, everything became more digital. Digital came to the forefront of everything: advertising, entertainment, sports, name it. So in line with that, the acceleration has continued into 2021, 2022, and it's going to keep on continuing into 2023 and beyond. And so it's essential for brands in this period and time to start rethinking how they put their products, their brands, and their services at the forefront of their ideal customers. And so just to start that off, I'll be taking you through why you need to rethink it. When you look at the Nigerian digital landscape, we have about 109.2 million internet users as of December 2022, making us the 8th largest internet user country in the world. That is big for any business, for any brand, for any marketing expert, as a matter of fact, because in line with that and in line with our population growth, we would be getting into top 3 by the end of 2027. And that means that for every one person you see in Nigeria, for every 2 to 3 people you see in Nigeria, there are 2 of them that at least have a mobile internet use, which of course means a great deal for us marketers and for you business what do they call it, brand experts or business managers, because for every time there's additional people in the system, it means that there's more reach for you, there's more value for you to drive if you mine it right. And so knowing this and knowing that in the next couple of years, this increase is going to happen, there is need for you as a business to start rethinking how you look at your digital touch points going into 2023 and beyond. How are you creating mobile experiences? How are you utilizing social media platforms or your website or your blog? Or how are you even utilizing your networking, so to speak, both on and offline? Because all these things combine to your strategy and to your objectives at the end of the day. They help you achieve what it is you set out at the beginning of every year, every quarter, or every campaign. And of course, with the expanding landscape, you all need to have a thought-through digital strategy that cuts through all the touch points that your consumers, your ideal consumers, can be found on. And so after, I'll be going through a couple of what you need to do and some of the platforms you need to be looking at going into 2023. First and foremost, and of course, top of the line is social media, but not just social media any longer, because social media has now become a platform where you need to be highly creative, you need to be highly engaging, or else you would not get the kind of visibility you need or the kind of drive you need for your brand or your products. Even the algorithms on each and every platform now is speaking to that. If you're not getting engagement, you are not being found, and you're not going to be seen or even retweeted or even engaged with. And so it behooves everybody who wants to use social media to think of creative ways to use it. When you think about the 3 million users in Nigeria alone, you know that that is a large pool of market space, especially knowing that this pool of markets is highly concentrated with the youths. And so it behooves you as a brand to always think about how to use these platforms creatively. What kind of trivias do you want to leverage, knowing that trivias are a very great way to engage with your audience? Are you coming up with some games that you could play with? Is it your brand product or your services, or just a trendy image or a trendy topic that is in line with your brand objectives? And also coming up with UGC campaigns, because going into 2023 and going into that space where the algorithms are ensuring that only what is consumed by these people is shown to them, you have to find a way to make them engage with you, make them create content for you. And so UGC campaigns are very important for brands going into 2023 on the social media platform space. Also, being responsive to your clients or to your consumers online is very underrated. A lot of people or a lot of brands don't timely respond to their consumers when they come with questions or when they come with problems. And one of the things that people want and people need, especially with the age of social media, is immediate response. Yes, it might be difficult, but with time and with ideal practice and, you know, incorporating some bots where you can, like Facebook and Instagram, you can timely respond to some of your clients, at least giving them something that they can take home while you carve out a better response for them, or while you wait till your work time and then you can answer them. It's very, very underrated. And I think a lot of people should take this in going into 2023. Your DMs, your comments, even if it's just a comment about the product or a comment about anything, try to respond, like the comments, witty replies, anything you can do to keep the engagement going. It helps your brand overall in that social media space. And of course, leveraging testimonials and positive reviews that come from your products. That too is a way to show people that humans like them are using your products and they are getting the impact, and so they can get the same impact from those products. And those testimonials will help you create content going forward into your 2023. A testimonial about how something helped a person achieve a goal is something you could carve out into fresh content for yourself and reuse as the year goes on. Another part you need to look at, of course, which is the money bit, is investing in sponsored ads. Yes, a lot of people might shy away from this because it involves money, but it is not. It cannot be understated. Also, knowing that essentially for you to increase your reach and for you to increase your engagement around across the digital space, both on websites and on social media, it is going to be necessary for you as a brand at a point in time to start investing in sponsored ads. When that new product hits the market, you need to be able to show as many people as possible. And so it is essential that you put some money behind it. Facebook Ad Manager is one of the great tools you could use to do that. Also, knowing about the dollar hassles that we have in Nigeria, not being able to use a dollar card on some of all these sites, especially Facebook and Instagram. A product like MTN Tribe is great for everyone because it simply allows you to just use your airtime to actually pay for your ads. And so in line with that, you need to start thinking of doing, this kind of ads on a frequent basis. If it's quarterly, invest a little bit in it. One of the things that ads help you do is even learn about the kind of consumers you have. What kind of things do they like? What kind of situations do they position themselves with your product in their lives? And so these ads help you reach, learn, and grow your engagement as you go along. And as you use these tools like the Facebook Ad Manager to give you feedback at the end of every campaign. Another great tool you need, and I know you guys will have heard a lot about this being said for over 8 years, is content is king. And truly, content is king. If I'm to see you anywhere on social or anywhere on the digital space, it has to be via some form of content, be it video, images, audio, it has to be some form of content. And so it behooves you as a business to have a clear-cut content strategy that anchors what your objectives are or what your brand stands for. You don't want to be playing so much in the human space if your brand is playing in the space, or if your business is playing in the space of money management. I mean, that's something that you might want to look at. And then again, you might look at your target audience, which might be the young and the savvy, and that's what drives them. And you might now want to use humor. But whichever way you want to play it, you need to, one, understand the kind of audience that you are trying to speak to or you're trying to sell your products to. Two, understand the kind of platforms that can be found. And then three, the kind of content they consume. These three things will help you guide you, giving you a clear-cut content strategy that you can use and you can apply and learn from and grow your business and grow your engagement with your ideal target audience online. Some of the tools you can use to easily create as a startup or even as a mid-level or even as a top-line brand is a tool like Canva for creating images and short videos that are already bespoke to different platform specifications: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole likes, blog posts, web posts, and such things. You can also use AI tools like Copy AI Simplified and QBots to write copies for your product ads, or even for just your product reviews, or even just to write about something general that your product speaks to or addresses. And so these tools help you quickly come up with ideas, or come up with copies, or come up with creative representations that help you quickly churn out good stuff that will put you out there in the digital space. Also, you need to be have an ear on the ground for trends. One of the things that we've noticed across board with every brand in the post-pandemic phase is that people plug into whatever is trending really quickly than they plug into anything else. Whatever it is that is trending, you look at it, you see if your brand can play in that space, and if it can, you leverage it and quickly churn out content as quickly as possible. Put yourself in the space, get yourself in the conversation, and this will give you much reach and much engagement across any of the platforms you can think about. One other key thing too, when you have like a blog or a website, or or even like a YouTube page, is employing SEO. This is a great way for you to be found when people search for stuff. So if you sell, for instance, razor blade, the moment someone is typing razor blades in Nigeria, you're one of the people that comes up. When you do the ideal SEO tactics, or you do the ideal SEO work that needs to be done on your website, your blog post, your podcast, or your YouTube page. I mean, when you look at it, Nigeria's Google query searches ranks 8th in the world, and that's a large number, meaning that a lot of people are searching, and a lot of people will continue searching because that's one of the first touch points that people use whenever they want to get a product or whenever they want to get a service or whenever they want to know about something. And so as a brand, you need to always be ensuring that whatever you churn out is optimized in terms of title, in terms of heading, in terms of even the description and what the content contains. What keywords are you looking at for your brand? As a razor blade brand, are you looking at sharp or strong or something along those lines? Those are the kind of things that you should ensure that as you go along your journey in digital content creation and content deployment, you use them as often as possible so that when people search for these words or when people search for things around your industry and these words come up, you're one of the top people that come up on the searches across all platforms, both social, video platforms like YouTube, and of course, on the World Wide Web. Now, some of the tools you could use to help with your SEO, which will involve, of course, keyword research, long tail keywords, short tail keywords, depending on the kind of things you're trying to drive to, the kind of keywords that your competitors in the market are using. And of course, this would affect how you bid for keywords when you now want to do search ads, which will be key into optimizing this search fully. And so these are some of the tools that you can use. SEMrush is a very good tool. It's free. Yes, it doesn't give you a whole large scale, lots of data. I think it gives you about 4 competitors, but that's something you can start with until, of course, you can start paying for it and start using it. Answer the Public and Keyword Tool and WatchStream are good for keyword research and recommendations for your SEO efforts. They help you come up with different keywords along the line of what your brand does or what your brand services sell. They help you analyze these keywords and see how they rank across the globe and even locally wherever you are in Nigeria. Another thing, again, that you need to be looking at is, of course, business networking. It's a way to, of course, promote your business amongst your like-minded peers and, of course, other people who might closely associate with your business. This would involve, of course, attending networking events, business seminars, webinars, and you can't underrate them because they build the real-life connections that you need to actually build physical how will I call it, physical worth for your brand. When you talk to people, they understand you more than when they see your ads in truth. So you talking to them and giving them another level of understanding helps them even think about how they, as a business, can use your brand, and that in the long-term look of things helps your brand grow. And so this too is very crucial to overall business growth. Whenever you see webinars, whenever you see seminars that involve people in your industry, try as much as possible to try and attend these events, meet people, socialize, talk to them, and introduce your business. Have what they call a 5-minute pitch if possible, so that whenever anybody asks you a question about what your business is about, you already have a 3-step plan of what it is you're offering, how that helps people, and what you think your long-term goals are with that service that you're offering. It helps people understand where you're coming from and wherever they can plug into where you are going to. Another key to backing up on that is, of course, engaging online communities. In 2022 alone, there were approximately 8.2 million Facebook groups in Nigeria. That is a large number of Facebook groups, which cuts across different industries. And so on a platform like Facebook, whatever industry you find yourself in, product sales, service rendering, it's good for you to look for groups within your industry that you can join and start having conversations about, what the best practices are, how, they are coping with some challenges they might be having in some parts of the country that you are not having, and then you can better advise or things like that. It helps you learn and grow your business in ways that you probably never imagined, because there are some problems that you don't see that other people see. And just by sharing some of all these little problems you have, people come together and solve problems more easily, and you can take your business a whole long way when you connect to these kind of groups. So Facebook groups are a great way for you to connect to people. They're also a great way for you to generate leads for your products and services. So imagine yourself belonging to 4 different Facebook groups. It's easy for you when you have a new product to go to those Facebook groups and just put it there and explain what it is, and it's organic for you. You don't have to pay these groups so that they see it. You just put it there and you explain it, they ask their questions, and they can even help you promote your services on their own networks. And so that is why this is a very great and shouldn't be understated when you are trying to grow your business. I think the final one will be, of course, data and data analytics. One of the things you need to incorporate into your business is collecting data about everything and anything you can. how your consumers, connect with you. Where do they connect with you the most? What are the things that you've put out that they love the most? Or what are the things that you put out that they didn't really like or they didn't really engage with? And then you take these data, you analyze them, you create reports of them and use them to better judge what your next efforts are. So if per quarter you are looking at the kind of campaigns you've run, were they interesting campaigns? The UGC campaign you run, why didn't people engage with it? Was it too complex to do? Was it a 3-step process or was it a simple process? Was it easy for people or was it not? Did people complain while they were doing it? And so all this data ultimately helps you with all your efforts, even across your social media spend or your digital media ads and even your what you develop on your web page. I mean, when you have your website, who's clicking on what? How many people click on this product over that product? What do people think about your website? Is your website loading well? Is it, performing as it should? All these things should be gathered under your data culture. And so you can have a robust amount of data to work with across every touch point you have. So whatever touch point it is that you want to promote your business or you want to engage with your consumers, ensure that you have a data collecting and a data analysis and implementation culture, such that you are collecting different data about whatever it is you are doing with your consumers or whatever your consumers are doing on those platforms, and you are converting that data to what it is that can do for you as a brand. So a free tool like Google Analytics can help you look at what people are talking about, for instance, or what people are talking about in your industry. Then how can you create content to plug into what people are talking about so that you are relevant enough to pop up when people are searching for stuff? Or what is it that people are generally consuming when it comes to, say, for instance, you're in the FMCG circle, what are they consuming when it comes to soft drinks? Are they consuming more? So these are things that some of these analytics tools can help you speak to when it comes to conversations online. And that can help you at every touch point that you have, better channel your efforts and better learn and grow on those platforms. And constantly, you need to be setting goals. Don't, every quarter, just, you just want to do it just so that you promote your business. No, have a goal of what you want to achieve in terms of, I want to have 10 people join you or 10 consumers join. It's always good and healthy for you to set those goals. Yes, don't set them too high, but at the same time, set a very healthy goal enough for you to, even when you don't achieve it, you don't feel so bad because at least you've learned something and you've gotten some form of growth in it. And so whenever you do set those goals and you measure them against whatever it is those goals are, it's easier for you moving into the next campaign or moving into the next quarter to plan well. Now that you know that video does or converts well for your business, how do you do that in the next quarter to make sure that more video content is what you're churning out across all your touch points? Or if it's the blog post that did well, how do you create blog posts that helps people more across all your touch points, or more short form content along those kind of lines? So when you do those things constantly and you make it part of you, it becomes a strong growth strategy for you in the long run, because data you collect will always be better than data that any other person suggests to you or gives to you. This is your own first-hand data, and so it should be used as such, used to your benefits and of course your own learning for your own business. So just to round this off, one of the key things that I wanted to just mention when it comes to managing your business in the digital space or in general is that you should have a strong why. And why that is essential is because when you have a strong why as to what your business is doing, why is your business existing? Is your business existing to help a certain type of people achieve a certain number of things? Or is your business helping people think creatively? Or is your business helping people? But having that why helps you translate to how you can actually help your business actually get into the market, into the right people's hands and into the digital space in truth. When you have that step, then it's easier for you to now do the what, because now you know the people you want to touch, you know why you want to touch them, and so you can easily look at the touch points and where they are and easily plug in, different ideas and initiatives that drive your business into those places. And so those 3 steps process are kind of very essential to your overall strategy, even before you get to, thinking of the channels or thinking of the places or thinking of the, the people. Your why should be strong, should be something that, speaks to the core essence of being human, the human element of people. And once you get that, it's easy for you to cascade into the how and into the what you want to do. So thank you very much. It was great having this session with you guys. Hope I've been able to enlighten you more and prepare you for your 2023 journeys.
Sure, Tunde. Thank you so much. Am I audible to you, Tunde? Can you hear me?
Yes, you are. I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, it was a lovely session. Picked quite a bit of things from your session, and I'm sure a lot of our guests on the call have a lot of questions to ask. So I didn't want to interrupt Tunde, so I mean to tell everybody on the call, if you have questions for Tunde, just go to the Q&A section and drop your questions. Drop your questions in the Q&A section of this Zoom call. You said something about content is king, Tunde. Content.
Yes.
So tell us more about content, because content is really stuff people struggle with. Can you advise on how people can compartmentalize their thoughts? Maybe they are speaking to construction industry, real estate industry, and how can they get the best out of content? Do they need to buy all the gamut of equipment, cameras? What kind of bad phones, mega phones should they buy and all that? Lighting, of course, the ring light is now 2 for 10 kobo, as I hear everybody is ring lighting all over the place. So just talk to us about content while I wait for more questions on the chat.
All right. Thank you for that question. Content, of course, as I earlier stated, is that thing. It's everything. The copies you write, the images you create, the videos you create, the audio content that you create across any digital touch point you want to use. One of the great things about content these days, and I think was the trend is a post-pandemic trend, is that we are no longer looking at finished videos. We're no longer looking at finished content. We're looking at content from the value it derives. So I'm no longer looking at the video because it's shot with, as I said, a ring light, or because you guys did all the motion graphics and the paparazzi. It's more of, is your content speaking to me, and is it deriving the right, is it giving me the right value that I want? The best way to start thinking of value when it comes to content is to, as I said, when you have the why of your business, it's easy for you to now start compartmentalizing different value points that your product brings. For instance, we take, and I hate to, say this, but we take MTN, we do this to make everybody's lives brighter. And in making your lives brighter, it's a thing of connecting you, making sure that you are able to connect with everybody at any time and at any place, wherever you are in Nigeria. That then gives us a strong way to start creating different buckets of content of how people connect and what it is we plug in to help that connection drive. If you were to take that to the real estate industry, what is that human truth that drives a human being to want to get a house or to want to get a home? Or that set of demographic you want to speak to want to buy a house? A young person now wants to buy a house because he knows that it's an asset that will grow over time. And so he doesn't have to worry in 10 years' time of how to, start running when they say the real estate market is in a boom or a bust period. And so knowing that as your own brand, you can then start creating content along the lines of how you make this person feel like your brand brings that peace of mind that he needs, or that rest of mind that he needs. And this will govern the kind of video content you create, the kind of blog post you write, the kind of audio podcast you engage your brand in and discuss, real estate matters or, financial matters based on real estate matters. So you can then start looking at how to bucket different value that you bring to your consumers and then create content from that value. And also, you should look at your target demographic. Are they the kind of people that love to watch videos? Are they the kind of people that love to partake in podcasts or partake in audio sessions? Knowing these two factors into the kind of content that you create as your brand for your own consumers going on.
Thank you so much. That was very insightful. So it's very lot to who you want to speak with. Okay, so as an aside, somebody asking for your social media handles, so you can just get someone to help us type that on the chat for people to see. Okay, I'm looking for a very good question here for you, and can I retarget every engagement on my posts, like those that liked and commented? Can I target those that engaged my content, and how can I retarget them again? Did you get that? Yes. Hello, Tune, did you hear my question?
Yeah, I did. Abimbola is the media expert, so I was thinking maybe you might want to take this as a quick one.
Sorry, can you come again with the question?
Retargeting those that engaged my post. Okay, I should take the question again. Said, can I retarget everybody that engaged? How can I retarget them? How can I engage them again after they've commented, they've liked?
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Gary. So the different platforms that we use, the likes of, for example, the biggest in this market being Facebook, right, and Instagram offers that functionality that gives you the opportunity to retarget the people that engage on your post. So you are able to select that parameter, right? The parameter of people who engage, who probably watched your video, who commented, who shared, and all of that. So you're able to select that parameter and use that for retargeting. This is also possible on the Tribe Ads platform, right? You're able to, select and see people engaged on your post, say within a period of 30 days or 90 days, and then use that to drive more engagement and conversion on your platform.
Okay, thank you very much, Bimbo. So someone is saying I missed a large chunk of this. Oh, why did you miss? Why did you not log in? Okay, just joking. But as I'm telling you that this session is being recorded, and look out before the end of the week on MTN Nigeria's YouTube page. This whole session will be back online on our MTN YouTube page, and you can watch it over and over and over again, and you can share with your colleagues as well through our MTN Nigeria YouTube page. There's a question here. There's some questions on MTN Tribe. So we'll have a section for Tribe ads just after this Q&A. So just look out for that. There's this question. Hello, Tunde. Advice on how we can leverage where dealers of like products. Okay, everybody's doing real estate. Everybody is doing shoes. Everybody's doing human hair. So how can we leverage where dealers of like products are much? That's a question from Ganiat Bakri. How can I stand out?
So, I mean, as I said earlier, I mean, one of the things you need to do, and one of the things you need to actually double down on when it comes to putting out your stuff or your which is your promoted ads, your products, your services, is how to creatively put it out there. People will obviously put out a lot of products out there. I mean, if you go to the market now, you see, say, you see different types of phones, or you see different types of smart gadgets. Different brands promote their gadgets from different creative concepts or different creative angles. And so even though the market is saturated, the likes of Samsung still advertise to the people they want to advertise to. The likes of Apple will still be able to advertise to the ones they have to advertise to, Techno and the likes of them. So what you need to do when you are in that kind of space where it is saturated is to find creative ways to disrupt what it is that people are regularly doing. So if people are, I mean, for lack of a better word, if people are going right, you will have to think of going straight or going left. So your content has to not necessarily go against your brand principles, but it has to provoke and it has to stop people and make them stare. So if everybody is using models to, for instance, model their clothes, do you want to start thinking of using, probably how will I call it, probably digitally created models for your own, just to make it stand out different from what other people are seeing, and knowing that maybe your audience is like the youth generation who are open to animations and things like that. Is that the direction you want to go? And such things like that. So even employing some features on these social media platforms, like what they call it, like polls, like this other this multiple selection questions and things like that to engage your audience are often easier ways for you to actually do the necessary, skewing away to get your brand engagement or get your brand visibility different from what other people are doing. Because most people will take the easy way out, put a post there, write a little bit of caption there, and put their pricing there. You can go a step further by making your post engaging. I mean, would you rather buy this for this? Or, I mean, which one looks better? The fact that the person engages with it and then goes a step further already helps the person kind of feel different from what the other people are doing. So generally, you have to think creatively about how you use the platform tools and how you create the kind of content that your brand posts in every touch point that you're using.
Yeah, exactly. So creativity is king. You just have to think out of the box. The market. So because I'm looking at this question from Emmanuel, I said, how do you gain ground? See, Nigerian, how do you gain ground quickly on the digital space when you're just starting out online? Yeah, the place is flooded with everybody is speaking, everybody. So you want to really stand out. So I can just apply today's answer to you. You just have to be creative, right, Tunde? You just have to be creative. Have something that stands you out. Go on the personal retreat and see, watch every other person that has been in the space and try and look for something new that will definitely drive. Yeah. And I see people on Instagram ads, they tag on Instagram and all that. They tag big influencers along in their stuff so that there's some attention. And also when you tag the big influencers and they see something striking about you, then you seem to have leverage very soon in the space. Okay, Sunday, maybe as the questions come up that pertain to you, I will call you in. Okay. But so thank you so much, Tunde. I will need to, Bimbo, you're on standby. We just want to tease you for a few minutes and go ahead. Our teaser video. Bimbo.
Okay, yes, I'm on it. I'm sharing the video now. Just confirm to me once you can see it. Sorry, can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
So we're waiting for the video now. Can you play now? Huh?
Okay, it's playing. Can you confirm it's playing on that end?
What if you could advertise on Instagram without paying Instagram? Hear me out. If you're like me and you have tried to run ads online, or you own a business page on Instagram and Facebook, you've probably encountered problems like these where your card is blocked from paying for Instagram ads, or payment for ads are so difficult. Well, I found an alternative that makes everything much easier. I saw an ad from MTN called Thrive Ads, and my curiosity got the better of me. Guys, I found the solution and I was able to access the Thrive Ads platform that allows MTN subscribers to create Instagram and Facebook ads with just a few clicks. Your ads are easy to set up and you should get faster approvals. Plus, the payment issue is long gone. You can now use your normal airtime to pay for ads, and this is the icing on the cake for me. To set it up, dial *460*3*3#. Follow the prompts and you select the plan that you want. For me, I selected the plan that gives me 30,000 impressions on Facebook and Instagram, 25 gigs of data plus 4 gigs YouTube data, all for just 13,500 naira. And there are more affordable ones. Once you're done, you should get a text that will guide you on the sign-up process and verification. This should take a minute or two. You need to link your Facebook account with the Thrive Ads platform, and once you're done, you can create a campaign. I created a campaign for a video I made so that I can reach more people. All I needed to do was fill out a short form, and voila, I got advertising. My ad was approved. I'll leave a link in my bio to check out all the details. But what do you guys think about the idea of running ads on Instagram or Facebook with just your airtime? Do leave a comment below. I think it's cool. I think it will allow for more small businesses to access these platforms easily and grow. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bimbo. Thank you for that video. So now you have it, MTN Thrive Ads. So this is part of our drive to make sure you are rethinking your digital marketing strategy in 2023. So to bring more light into this, please welcome our partners from Terragon. Linda, are you there?
Hi, this is Osa, I'm here.
Okay, Osa, fantastic. So the floor is yours, Osa. MTN Thrive Ads.
Yeah, thank you. I will just share my screen quickly. I don't have too many slides. I think Bisayo's video tells the story. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, can we have a slideshow? Beautiful, thank you very much.
Yeah, just like Bisayo's video sort of highlighted, And in simple terms, MTN Thrive Ads, is a simplified solution that allows small businesses easily set up and run their Facebook and Instagram ads on their mobile devices by purchasing bundles via USSD. So you will notice that I highlighted some of the words here are highlighted. One is simplified, simplified solution. Yes, there are people that are currently able to run adverts on Facebook and on Instagram, but just like I'm sure some of us have experienced, there have been, some of us experienced some challenges with running these ads. And this is what this solution really is about. And one of the key solutions it's offering is eliminating or minimizing payment issues with running ads on Facebook and Instagram. So the next slide pretty much highlights some of the benefits, quick benefits that this solution has over, should I say, the current, any of the current issues that any user may be having. Number one is payment. And the reason why we highlighted small businesses there, or enterprises, you typically will have them outsource it to agencies. So all of the headaches that you and I face as small businesses, the agencies are there to help sort it out. They get full support. They are able to sort out payment because they have bigger budgets. But for small businesses that are running Facebook ads with 20,000 Naira and the rest of them, you might be facing some blockers. Sometimes your cards will get blocked. Sometimes the Forex issues can impact or rather impede your ability to actually make payments. So using a solution like this that allows you to just dial a USSD code on your phone makes it easy for you to actually run these ads. So in terms of payment, using a USSD code versus your cards, for instance, helps improve or rather increase the chance of you being able to successfully run your ads. And then in terms of support, the support you get from Facebook, for instance, is limited. Like I said, for big businesses, they have a whole machinery, they have the whole budget, to sort it out, and they can get, support at a faster level than people who are spending much lower amounts of money. Yes, you would get support, but what will take a big business, 2 days to sort out, it might take you, weeks to get feedback, so having people on ground to help you, with your evaluation both before and after the campaign is actually very useful. Then in terms of product education, we have things like live group demos. You have demo videos that can take you through the process. A simple video like what Fisayo just did is an example of how, simple videos can help to explain and take you through the entire process. There are other video contents there that you can find, I think, on the MTN YouTube page that takes you through this process and how you can easily run your ads. Then thinking about the customer journey, one good thing about this is rather than you running your ads and stand the risk of it being declined because it doesn't cater to certain requirements by Facebook and Instagram, before your ads go live, they're actually reviewed. So what that means is that you don't just run your ads and you're sitting back and thinking that it's running, meanwhile it's being declined. So before it actually goes live, you have a team that is reviewing your ads to say, yes, it checks the boxes. Yes, you are using the right terms. Yes, your image is right. And what that means is that it increases your chances of visibility and actually conversions. And then when it comes to engagement channels, think about one solution that allows you to run ads on different platforms versus you going to different platforms to run your ads. So using just one solution with an easy payment system, with an easy customer journey onboarding, it allows you to run this on different platforms. And those are basically the key benefits with using this solution. So it'd be good to, already when we ran Fisayo's video, there were lots of comments on how people find benefits in it, and still highlighting some of the challenges some users are facing, which the solution is actually catering to. So it'd be good to actually get started, and let's see, dial the USSD code, get started, and it'd be good to also hear from you what your experiences are. We actually have some testimonials as well from some users who have used the solution and have found benefits in using the solution. So it would be good to actually hear feedback once you run through the process. Our communication lines as well are open. You can easily reach MTN with your feedback. If you have any issues, we're happy to help to resolve any of the issues that you may have. So that being said, that really has come to the end of my presentation. I'm happy to take questions. Thank you.
Oh, lovely, Osa. That is you're far too kind. Thank you. Very short. So we have loads of questions for you here, Osa, and I'm sure it will some for Tunde as well. So if Tunde has not logged out, so please stand by. But Osa, you have some questions here. For example, how can let me get that question again. Loads of questions there. How can a new digital author leverage on Facebook ads after he or she got suspended because he or she couldn't complete registration due to its technicalities? Is there a thing like that? Because I've been getting people saying that they are suspended or something, they have issues with Facebook or Instagram and they be suspended or something like that. So how do they get around it with Strive ads?
Okay. Is Grace, are you on the call?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so I have my colleague Grace on the call, who is fully involved in the entire process. So that I would let her take most of these questions. Grace, if you can please help us out with that.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if did I get the question correctly. Basically, how are people going to be able to circumnavigate like this system when their accounts have been banned or restricted? Is that the question?
Yes, Chris, that's the question.
Okay. All right. So for businesses that have their Facebook or their Instagram account restricted, we do have support on Strive ads where we can help assist you to see how we can get your account reinstated. It all depends on what policy was violated, and then we can help you through that process of reinstating or finding a resolution to get your
Please, can you be a bit more audible? We can't hear you.
Okay. I don't know. Can you hear me now? Is this better?
Clearer now, much clearer now.
Okay. Let me just take that again. I said what we have on the MTN Strive ads end is a managed service. We can help you and assist you to reinstating your page or resolving whatever issues that got your business page restricted. However, this is depending on the policy that was violated. So we would investigate on what policy was violated and try to assist you to resolving that restriction. However, like all policies on Facebook, there are some consequences to violating this, but we would do our best to make sure that you either get your page reinstated or we give you a valid reason why that restriction is going to be on the page.
Okay, thank you very much. So since we have a lot of questions, there's going to be a bonus session after this. Please look out for it on our social media handles. We'll be announcing it. It's just going to be no presentations, just Q&A. MTN and our partners from Terragon will be on ground to answer so many questions, because this session we still have some time now, but that will be a Q&A session only where you ask questions. So please look out on all our social media platforms. We will inform you when that happens. Okay, so someone is asking, please, how do I get sponsored ad and how do one apply for social media and especially Google? That's a question here. Sponsored ads, yeah. Because Tunde talked about sponsoring your ads. I think that's more like boosting it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much what the solution is about. It's pretty much boosting.
But I think, I mean, you asked about how to get social. Was that the question again? How you can get social media? Can you hear me?
We can't. I think there are two elements to the question which we're answering. So please go ahead.
Okay, I said for promoting your ads, it was you've already spoken about using the MTN Tribe on the Facebook and the Instagram platform. I think I heard a question about how do you open social media. That's what I'm trying to get. I didn't get the complete questions.
Okay, I think you've done justice to that already. But Osa, I think you had your train of thought on something. Sponsored ads.
Yes, so my interpretation was related to, like you said, boosted ads. And I was saying, just like Tunde also said, is really what the solution is about. So if you have a particular post or image that you want to promote across, not just your followers, but across Facebook, this is a solution you can use. So dialing, connect your Facebook ad to it, post the image of the banner you want to promote, and then choose your bundle, and then it starts running. So that's pretty much you boosting your ad or boosting your banner or your post. That's what the solution speaks to.
Okay, so I see Oshai asking, talking about investing in sponsored ads. What is this? So MTN Tribe is all about getting your ads out there and boosted and sponsored. Tunde, you have a lot of good reviews here. Talking about content, how do you know the content will appeal to your target audience? So, Osa, there is something about we helping you through MTN Tribe ads to bring up better campaigns. Will this campaign be effective? Will this content appeal? So talk to that. Talking about content, how do you know the content will appeal to your target audience?
So what we do in terms of support is we guide. We can't know your business more than you know your business. Just like Tunde explained, if you're selling earlier, and he talked about use the instance of selling razor blades to, using SEO and promoting your razor blade business. So if you're a razor blade merchant, what kind of razor blade are you selling? Is it a shaving stick? So on one hand, you can target men of a certain, obviously men of a certain age, and then you can also target women because they both use razor blades, right? So you can target them based on like I've defined already. Target them based on usage and who the audience would be, and then where we can guide is, sometimes you actually find people posting like blurry images or images that don't translate to what it is that they're actually selling, or even the text or the copy that you have. There's a likelihood that it's not very clear. What you're selling is not very clear, or it doesn't convey the message as you expect it to be. So that's really where we come in. You know what you're selling and you know who your audience is, but we can sort of guide you through the content in terms of the picture looks right. It won't get flagged by Facebook, or the content, for instance, the grammar is okay. It speaks to your audience and it will most likely convey the message that you're trying to communicate.
All righty. So sounds interesting. What if once Facebook advertising is currently restricted? So Grace has already answered that. We'll help you look at it and considering what laws you flouted, what community policies you violated. So, and we'll take it up from there. Okay. Thanks for explicit presentation. After content creation and your target audience, e.g. rural farmers, are not ICT compliant, what can someone do in this case? You've created content, but the target audience, they are not on Facebook, they are not on Instagram. What do you do? More like winking in the dark, right?
More or less. So fortunately or unfortunately, you just have to be realistic sometimes with the kind of audience that you have. If your audience is not digitally savvy, then of course it behooves you to look for non-digital savvy ways to try and connect to them. It will be pointless, as you said, it's like winking in the dark. It will be pointless for me trying to connect with Facebook when the farmers don't have Facebook. So what do? Do they listen to radio? If they listen to radio, then that's your avenue. I mean, if they don't listen to radio that much, do you now set up an experiential kind of engagement with them where you go and meet them at certain points of their rural heading or whatever, and then you engage them there? And so, I mean, depending on where, that's why you need to know who your audience is, and then you know where you can speak to them. So if they are offline, then you have to speak them offline.
This guy is belittling farmers. So he doesn't know that there are rural farmers that have iPhone 14.
It's surprisingly, a lot of them actually have Facebook and the likes of Facebook Messenger. So that's something you might want to think about. Another thing again that people in the marketing space are guilty of is assuming. A lot of us assume based on what we're experiencing here that people there are probably as backwater as we want to think sometimes. But in the reality of sense, this is where research and, you know, tools come into play where you can actually find out how many people are actually there, how many of them are actually on these social media platforms, and, you know, which platforms are they on. And so all these kind of tools and even, you know, online research will help you better, you know, understand who you're talking to and how you should be talking to them.
All right, Sunday. So Sunday, you used one big grammar and someone is asking you to please rewind. UGC, what's that? What is UGC and how do you use UGC?
UGC simply means user-generated content. These are content that other people create on behalf of you or using your brand hashtag or your brand name. So you have a campaign that tells people to create you know, show their blade or take a picture of what they use their blade to do, you being the blade seller. And then they stand a chance to win something at the end of that campaign. Whatever those people create, one, has your brand in it, two, communicate some form of things that your brand does. And so this content helps you rank better in the algorithm than your own content would, because this is coming from other people. It's more like a referral. In the web terms, it's like backlinking. It means that you have more authority with people if they refer you to their own people. And so you get more visibility in UGC. It's something you need to think about very well and, you know, understand the kind of people you're speaking to so you can create impactful UGC campaigns. But basically, that's what it is getting people to create content on your behalf.
UGC may eventually become do giveaway at the end of the day. Okay, but that's always fun when you have users talk back to you. It's like feedback marketing. I like that. I like that. Someone is asking, Aminu is asking, Mr. Tuna, I would like to have more personal time together, please. Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate this. Thank you so much. So there's a lot of kudos to you, Tunde. Means you did a very great work, great delivery, Tunde. So I'm giving you feedback here. I'm giving you feedback marketing for yourself. Okay, all right. I think as we said before, this session is being recorded and will be uploaded to our MTN Nigeria YouTube channel before the end of the week. And also we told you that we'll be having a Q&A, strictly Q&A session in the next, in a short while. So look out for the announcement for that. And we'll be glad to have you again. Just come and ask questions from our experts. Sunday will be there and our partners from Terragon and the likes will be there. And you can just ask questions. I can see Tijani, some of your question is being answered by Joseph as we speak. *460 *3 hash is for Thrive, MTN Thrive, *460 *3 hash to take you to MTN Thrive. All right, it's been a wonderful session. I would like to thank our panelists and our colleagues from Terragon and Sunday from Playhouse for this beautiful session. Am I missing out any other thing, my people? So let me hand you over to Essie, my wonderful colleague, as she closes out this program. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I hope we had a wonderful session. Thank you for joining this webinar and for also participating, asking a lot of informative and insightful questions. Like I said, we hope you've learned a lot and we hope you use this knowledge to grow your business. As Adirisola has earlier said, you can watch the recording on the MTN YouTube channel within the week. You can also visit our website, www.mtn.ng/business to learn more about our products and our services. Basically, these services are designed to support your business. So if you want to know more, visit the website or you can send an email to letstalk.ng@mtn.com. And if you want a community of SME entrepreneurs who want to learn more and grow their business, you can join our MTN SME tribe on Facebook. So till we meet again, goodbye and have a thriving week. Bye, everyone.